Okay, you guys ready for the review? Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cypher from CypherPK.com, and today I am reviewing the Elder Scrolls Online patch 2.5.0. This is going to be the 11th major update for the Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm not really too sure what to expect. We have received some news about some of the upcoming changes, a couple new dungeons, the barbershop race change, all that good stuff. So let's just get into the patch notes and see the changes in detail. Some things I am going to skip over. I had someone comment on my last video saying, why do you skip the PvE content? And that's just not really my focus, so I don't want to comment on something that I'm not an expert in. And I'll just stick to commenting on the things that affect my gameplay and the majority of my viewers' gameplay. So if I skip something over and you feel like it's really important, you can comment below and I'll see, if you want my opinion on it, I can try to give you that. So welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online v2.5. We know you've been waiting to recustomize your characters, and we have added even more options for this. So, 2 new dungeons. Now, the thing about dungeons for me isn't really the dungeons themselves, but items and armor sets that come from dungeons that could possibly play into the PvP meta. So, the big thing I'm curious about is what drops are coming from these 2 new dungeons. I know these 2 new dungeons are going to be on the Undaunted, daily pledge cycle. So they're going to have 2 new Undaunted sets, I believe, or more. So we'll see what happens with them. Base game patch, Dragonstar Arena improvements. Hopefully this means they are updating Dragonstar Arena to 160 CP. That would be really nice, because right now any type of arena that you're going to do is pretty much going to be Maelstrom Arena, and that's a solo run. But Dragonstar Arena, with the Dragonstar Arena weapons being at V16 or 160 CP, would go a long way to adding more options in the game. Name change, that's really cool. I have a couple of characters that I would like to change the name. Appearance and race change. This is pretty big, but I did hear they are going to have a lot of racial passes being changed this patch. So I'm going to go down and look at some of the racial changes that they're doing. But this should definitely help, especially people who probably in the beginning didn't know what they were doing. They might have created a Khajiit magical sorcerer, and they're like, you know what, this is not fun, because I don't think my racial passes help my actual gameplay. And now they have a choice an option. Of course, it's going to cost crowns, but hopefully it doesn't cost too much. Monster masks, some new item sets. Cyrodiil town capture. We didn't hear too much about this, but I really, really hope they didn't just throw in some flags and just call it a day, because that's kind of what I felt like the Imperial City, district capture. It doesn't play as big of a role, and it doesn't have as many incentives. So hopefully the Cyrodiil town capture is a little more dynamic, has a little more incentive and rewards, and they didn't just pop some flags into a city and call it a day, hopefully. Racial passive ability changes, Undaunted chest improvements, hopefully better drop rates and better trait options. I don't know. Leather material new achievements, ability tooltips, world building, console text chat. That's a big one. I sometimes play on console, PS4 or Xbox, and not having a text chat is kind of a drawback. Some fixes to Alliance War. Alright. 2 new dungeons, Cradle of Shadows and Ruins of Mazatun. Now, I'm not going to be going over this stuff. I'm not even going to really play the dungeons on the PTS. I'm just not really a dungeon guy, but I am curious as to what sets are being dropped from these dungeons. And if I have to run them a couple times with the PTS just to see what sets are dropping, then I will. But I'm sure some other people will be running them, and if there are sets that are worth grabbing, at least for PvP, I definitely will be running these dungeons to get those sets. 7 older sets have been updated to 160 CP. Darkstride, Ice Furnace, Necromancer, Necropotence, Storm Knight, Stygian, and Warlock. Now, Warlock is a big one. People have been wanting Warlock at V16 for a really long time. The only thing is, I personally think currently with the removal of soft caps and the way the champion system works, the the lit set is better than Warlock, but Warlock comes in jewelry, so it allows you to wear like 5 heavy if you wanted to. So Warlock will have its place. Stygian is an interesting set, but it does suffer some minor things here and there because it's a medium armor set that helps Magicka, burst build. So it's a bit weird, but some of these other sets I kind of forgot about. Necromancer, Necropotence. I actually thought these were already in V16, but I could be wrong. Dragonstar Arena. 4 older item sets have been updated and drop in Dragonstar Arena at Champion 160. They are Archer's Mind, Destruction Master, Footman, and Healer. Okay, so they're not updating the Dragonstar Arena weapons to V16, but they're updating these, which is a bit weird. I mean, when you run the arena, you kind of want to go for the Dragonstar Arena weapons. Like, that's kind of like the major drop. But the fact that they drop in 140 CP is a bit of a turnoff, and I don't know why they didn't update them to 160. I know, in my opinion, it'd probably be regarding balance. Like, the Maelstrom Arena bow is really powerful. The Maelstrom Arena sword is really powerful. They are really powerful, but am I missing something here? Items and weapon sets updated. Okay. You know what? I apologize. I'm kind of stupid sometimes. I know someone's gonna comment like, "Oh, this guy's so fucking retarded. I wonder why he plays video games for a living because he doesn't know how to read." Item and weapon sets obtained in the arena have been updated to scale up to max level, which is Champion 160. 4 older item sets have been updated and dropped in Dragonstar Arena Champion 160. Well, why are they listing these, but then not listing all the other sets and then the Maelstrom weapons? I don't get it. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm right. I mean, I'm hoping that I'm wrong, and the Maelstrom weapons are being updated based off of this point right here. But I don't know. Wasn't there more than 4 sets dropped, or are these the 4 that were dropped? I have no idea. Okay, I think they are updating them. So I think they are updating based off of this point. Item and weapon sets obtained in the arena have been updated to max level, which was heavy 160. That should apply to everything. Sorry for I missed this point. Going through this really quickly. Name change. Okay, you can change your name by purchasing like a name change token from the Crown Store. That's really cool, especially if you have like an embarrassing name or something you just want to change. I like this. I like this a lot. I remember in order to get my name changed, like I got my name changed once because I had like an accent mark in my name. And you had to give like the most absurd reasons to the support to be like, you know what, like I'm getting bullied because of my name, so can you please let me change it? And they'd like, you'd have to beg them, and they'd finally let you change your name. But now you can purchase it, so it's a lot easier. Appearance and race change. So they're gonna have an appearance token, which is gonna cost less than the race change token, I assume, because the race change, you're gonna be able to change your race and change your appearance, and the appearance is just for your current race but different appearance. So that's cool. Monster Masks. 2 new Monster Masks Undaunted sets are being introduced in Update 11. Both are attainable in the new Shadow of Hiss dungeons. There's one in the Ruins of Mazatoon and one of the Cradle of Shadows. Okay, so the 2 new dungeons are going to have 2 new Undaunted sets that are going to be in the Undaunted, coming from the Undaunted chest, at least the shoulders, and the helmets are going to come from the bosses. So I know one of the sets is like a spell resist / armor set. The 1 piece gives you armor and spell resistance, like 1.5k. The 2 piece gives you major ward and major armor. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's going to give you 5.3k armor and spell resistance. So really, really heavy stacking on the resistance. I don't know how that's going to compare to sets like Bloodspawn, which gives you major ward, and but it has to proc. This one's on at all times. I don't know how these sets are going to play into PvP or PvE for that matter, but you're going to be able to stack your armor really, really high with these new sets. There are 6 new item sets being introduced in Update 11. Here are the details. 3 new dungeon sets that are available from the Ruins of Mazatoon, and 3 new sets are available from the Cradle of Shadows. So both these dungeons are bringing in 3 new sets. I assume there's no new crafted sets. I'll keep reading, but I've seen one of the sets from one of these dungeons, and I don't know how powerful these sets are. I don't know how they're gonna play into PvP or whatnot. I'm pretty sure they're bind on pickup, but with the new changes that allow you to pick up and trade bind on pickup items with your group members in the dungeon, that's gonna make obtaining these sets a lot easier. Let's say you're running through the dungeon, you're a Magicka build, and you start looting, and you get a lot of the stamina set pieces. And you have someone in your group who runs stamina, and they happen to have some Magicka pieces during the run. You guys can trade each other and trade those pieces over. Whether you just want to give it to your friend for free or you want to sell it to someone, whatever the case is, you can now trade bind on pickup items inside dungeons with the group that you're in. So that's really good. That also applies to Undaunted sets and Undaunted dungeons. So if someone got their 16th Bloodspawn helmet with a medium armor trait that's Divines, and they want to give it to you because they already have 16 other ones, they can do that. So it's really useful. Really like life improving change for dungeons, and I'm gonna definitely start running dungeons more often with people for my stream. And if someone gets something that I want, I'm gonna shame them until they give it to me. I might toss them 5k here or there, but point is, we're gonna be able to obtain these sets a lot more efficiently, especially things that fit your playstyle more, because if someone gets it and they don't need it, they can just give it to you. Cyrodiil Town Capture. Introducing the long requested addition of capturable towns in Cyrodiil. Cropsfield, Velastus, Bruma will be available for capture. Wait, what about Cheydinhal? Offering players a new place to battle over. Well, I guess Cheydinhal's too close to some of the keeps, and you can spawn at these towns, so, but I don't know. Some of these other ones are kind of close too. So I guess they're starting off with just these three: Cropsford, Velastus, and Bruma. Each of these are actually located in one of the Alliance's territories. I really would have liked Cheydinhal to be capturable, just because Cheydinhal, it's like the most built city in town in Cyrodiil right now. It's like it actually has a structure and whatnot, and it's also really big. So it would have been fun to fight there and capture that city. But I guess these three are what they're starting us off with. Each town contains 3 flags to control with varying degrees of guards at each flag. One flag has no guards at all. One has a few nearby with merchants. And another is fully guarded, much like the Imperial City District flags. Those flags honestly are not really that guarded, but I guess I get what they're saying. Ownership of a town grants the Alliance another place to respawn from PvP deaths. That's really important. As well as access to town merchants that sell purple quality gear set pieces for Alliance points. Now the thing is right here is, these town merchants that sell purple quality gear set pieces for Alliance points, what are they selling exactly? I mean, if you can buy the same set pieces from your home base, like your Alliance base vendors, then what's the purpose? Hopefully, these guys are selling specific pieces that you have to pull out of a bag, maybe, from your Alliance vendor, or maybe they're selling it cheaper than the Alliance vendor. I don't know what the case is, but hopefully these merchants actually have a purpose and they're not there just for show, because they could just be there for show, and if they're selling the same purple quality gear that the other vendors are selling at your home base, then they're kind of a waste. Champion points. The champion point cap has been raised by a total of 30 points. That's not bad. Here's the thing. I'm all for keeping the champion points as low as possible. Currently, it just feels way too easy to manage your resources with 500 champion points. It's way too easy. Plus, new players, when they come in and they see that they're so far behind on champion points, it's a bit of a turnoff. I know for a fact, if I came into this game now and I saw if I wanted to reach my full potential, I would need 501 champion points, and that's a long grind, whatnot. It would kind of put me off. So I'm glad that they went with just 30 and they didn't bump it up by 100 or whatnot. Some people think that I know some people want to use their champion points that they've earned. I personally like to play on an even playing field, and I like the idea of having a lower CP cap. So I'm fine with the 30 points put into here. It's not that bad. Racial passive abilities. To support the new race change feature, racial passive abilities for each race have been adjusted and rebalanced. Each race has now has a flavorful and thematic non-combat bonus added to the first free passive ability of their skill line. Weaker passive abilities have been also improved to help with our overall combat viability and balance of each race. Please see the base game patch. Okay. What is this? Okay, we'll get to that in a little bit to go over that. Undaunted chest improvements. We've improved the rewards from the Undaunted chest. Now the items you obtain from the chest will always scale all the way up to your current level and champion rank. We've also increased the availability of monster set shoulder items in these chests. Cool. You will always find a monster set shoulder piece in the gold chests. Oh, cool. You will always find a monster set shoulder piece in the gold chest. So you're guaranteed to get a shoulder piece. That's cool. I mean, with Cyrodiil selling the helmet and shoulder every week, and with this being a guaranteed drop, you can within like a week or two, you can pretty much have all the set pieces you need. If you go out and grind these dungeons, that's really cool. Often in the silver chest and occasionally in the bronze chest too. Nice. Leather material from Clothier survey. Okay, I don't care about this. New achievements. Cool. Ability tooltip tags. Several abilities will now display the primary role, tank hero damage, for which they are best suited. Alright. World building. A few new buildings were added to several zones, and the zone maps were updated accordingly. These buildings are not accessible at this time. In some of these locations, wildlife and/or bystanders were removed or adjusted to make way for new construction. In addition, some residents have been moved from their homes, and those buildings are no longer accessible. These changes are in preparation for the upcoming release of player housing. Ooh, interesting. What about the clothes? Console text chat, partially on PTS. The addition of text chat for console versions of ESOs, partially on PTS with the release of this patch, as a new text chat menu in the gamepad UI. That's good. I really like that. Templates. These are the templates on the PTS. Let's skip through this. Known issues. Alright. Combat. Alright, skip those bosses. Skip Alliance War. Imperial City deaths will now have a cycling timer associated with respawning. This timer only functions in districts and ranges anywhere between 1 and 10 seconds after choosing to release or respawn a district. The reason I guess they're doing this is so that if you're trying to take a district from another alliance and they just die and instantly respawn into their base and just start charging back at you, it's really hard because their base could be right next to the flag, which is a bit, obnoxious. They just keep running back on the flag. But let's go through this. Monster abilities. Alright, dungeons and group content. Quests. Alright. Justice system. Alliance War. Honor Guard NPCs no longer break stealth via their damage over time abilities. Thank you. I really hated when that happened. Fix a variety of camera collisions issues that resulting in camera passing through objects. Fix various collision issues. Alright. Mudcrab pets are now appropriately leave behind claw prints. Oh snap. It is no longer possible to implement the entire. Okay. Where's the racial changes? Combat gameplay. The minor uncertainty debuff can now reduce your critical strike chance below the base 10%. Due to this change, lower level player characters will have a slightly higher critical strike chance than the base 10%. This will taper off to 10% as character's level. Fix an issue where numerous stamina abilities could not be casted while you were silenced, or would only apply some of their effects while you were silenced. Fix an issue where charge abilities were causing the in-game camera to clip through terrain when charging on certain slopes and hills. Fix an issue where numerous abilities did not automatically unsheath your weapons when casted, forcing you to press the button twice to fire the ability when casting them from an unsheathed state. Fix numerous ability tooltips for grammar, spelling, and formatting. Any significant tooltip provisions will be called out specifically below. Fix numerous issues with abilities as placing incorrect or placeholder icons in the active. Okay, whatever. Nightblade, Shadow. Shadow Cloak. Fix an issue where the invisibility granted by the ability was being broken by certain cast time and charge abilities, such as uppercut and critical charge. I knew this was a goddamn bug, but I just hope like I'm like like maybe this is the patch. Maybe this is the patch that cloak will be like nice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is the patch. I'm hoping. I'm hoping this will be the patch, but we'll see. Siphoning attacks. Siphoning attacks fixed an issue where the cost of rank 4 visibility was slightly cheaper than intended. It was not graying out on your action bar when you lacked the resources to cast it. Ooh. Sorcerer. Daedric Summoning, Mount Armor. This ability and sorcerer now display new permanent visual effects when they are toggled on. The new visuals are significantly less obtrusive than before and no longer hide all the other gear your character is wearing. Summon Unstable Familiar. The pet summon from this ability and sorcerer will no longer follow you quite as close when you're out of combat. This will help prevent it from interfering with non-combat activities such as looting and pickpocketing. These pets now position themselves at your left side. Summon Winged Twilight. Okay. Same thing. Aedric Spear. Burning Light. Updated class abilities tooltip to be clear to indicate the proc's internal cooldown. Does it actually have an internal cooldown? I fought a Templar this patch. He hit me with one set of biting jabs and he procced it 3 times. So he got an extra like 12k damage with one biting jab because it procced 3 times. Hopefully it actually, like the internal cooldown needs to be at least 3 seconds. I don't know what it is, but it needs to be something that's visible. Dawn's Wrath, Power of the Light, Backlash Morph, updated its most visual effects and icon. One-handed and shield, defensive posture, fixed an issue where its ability and sports were not properly displaying the visual effects when recasted multiple times. Fortress, fixed an issue where this pass ability was erroneously reducing the cost of all weapon abilities instead of one-handed shield abilities. This was happening. So if you use a one-handed shield like in a 2H on your back bar, it was reducing the cost. That's crazy. Can't believe no one noticed that. I guarantee you someone noticed it, but they didn't say shit about it. But that's fine. Bow. Volley. Fixed an issue with its ability and its morphs were erroneously triggering the Nightblade Shadow Barrier passive ability. Medium Armor. Elude. Evasion Morph. Fixed an issue where the visual effects from this morph were not correctly displaying when its duration was extended with each piece of quick medium armor. Okay. I was hoping they would nerf Shuffle and just like remove it from the game. Undaunted. Trapping Webs. Alright. Racial passives. Argonian skills. Argonians. The passive ability has been named to Resourceful. Also, it is no longer increasing your swimming speed by 50%. Are you fucking kidding me? You have... Okay, no, they added it down here. I was about to say that's the biggest nerf I've seen in this entire game. I was about to throw a fucking fit. Seriously. It now increases your max magicka by 1, 2, 3% and continues to restore 42% of your max health magicka center whenever you drink a potion. Okay, cool. So they have a 3% extra max magicka. This passive ability now increases your healing done by 369% instead of increasing your healing received. Okay, so that's a good buff because that's also going to buff the healing that you do to yourself and other people. Restoration Expertise. This passive ability has been renamed to Amphibian. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now increases swim speed by 50%. Cool. Cool. Breton skills. Light Armor Affinity. This passive ability has been named to Opportunist. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now increases your alliance points gained by 1%. Yo, shout out to all the brand emperors that we're going to be seeing. This 1% is going to carry you to the top of that leaderboard. No questions asked, dude. You know what? Best, if you want to be an emperor, Breton. If you want to be an emperor, just Breton it out. If you imagine you're trying to go from rank 1 PvP to rank 50. That's like 80 million alliance points. Knock 1% off of that, dude. You are getting there before everyone else. Dark Elf skills. Ambidexterity. This passive ability... I don't even know how to say this shit. This passive ability has been renamed to Ashlander. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now reduces your damage taken from lava by 50%. Okay. Flame Talent. This passive ability has been renamed to Destructive Ancestry. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now increases your frost and shock damage by 0, 1, and 2%. That's fine. That's actually not that bad. But honestly, I think I'm gonna go high elf for Magic and Dragon Knight. I don't think I'm gonna stick with Dark Elf. I just feel like they're more superior, but it could be wrong. We'll see how it goes. But this is not that bad. High Elf skills, Destruction Talent. This passive ability has been renamed to Highborn. Also, in addition to the current benefit, now increases your experience gained by 1%. Sweet. Imperial skills. So Dark Elves take 50% less damage from Lava Whip? No, just lava, like actual like in-game lava. High Elf skills. No, Imperial skills. Shield Affinity. This passive ability has been renamed to Diplomat. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now increases your gold gain by 1%. Yo, stack that money, bro. Stack that money. Khajiit skills. But why 1%? like I know like they don't want to do anything drastic. Like I don't blame them for going that route. It's just it's like a fun little thing. But like it's like 1%. It's not noticeable. But that's fine. I don't care. As long as we have race change and some of these, whatever, we're getting there. Medium armor expertise. This passive ability has been renamed to Cut Purse. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now increases your chance to successfully pickpocket by 5%. See, this is a big one, 5%. That's actually cool. Like 5% chance to pickpocket. That's a big deal. 5% is the difference between life and death. Robust Constitution. This passive ability has been renamed to Nimble. Also, it no longer increases your health recovery. It now increases your max stamina and continues to increase your stamina recovery. Oh shit, dude. That's a big buff for those Khajiits, man. Max stamina by 6% instead of health, because health recovery was a waste. It was completely a waste. Khajiits are looking like real good class right now. They have the 10% stamina recovery. They have 6% maximum stamina. They have the stealthy passive. And they have the weapon critical passive, right? That's actually really strong. Yo, I might make a ganking like Khajiit, like stealthy stamina Nightblade. I'm pretty sure no one's done that before, but I might be the first person to do it, and I'm gonna patent it. Khajiit stamina Nightblade from stealth. I think I'm probably the first person to come up with that, and yeah, I'm patenting that build. But no, these Khajiits look really strong with this change. Holy crap, that's really good. That's really impressive. No doubt about it. Like Redguard has 4% more maximum stamina and an adrenaline rush, which gives him a lot more recovery. But you're trading 4% max stamina and adrenaline rush for the stealthy crit passive, which the stealthy passive is only useful really for people who are hitting out of stealth. So I can see like other than Nightblade, you might not want to go down that route. But then you're also getting the weapon critical, which is going to apply to everyone. Orc skills. Heavy armor expertise. This passive ability has been renamed to Craftsman. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now increases your inspiration gains by 10%. See, this is a big change right here. 10%. I think they made a mistake over here. I think this was supposed to be 1%. I think it was supposed to be 1%, not 10%. I'll go ahead and fix that for them, to be honest with you. Let me go find this real quick. I forgot how to do this. Inspect element. Where is this? Orc skills. How do I select? Yeah. All right. Let me fix that for you, ZeniMax. All right. Hopefully, we're all on the same page here. 1%. There we go. Where did I go? Oh, there we go. Orc skills. Your inspiration gains by 1%. Did I skip Nord? Oh. Well, is this even a race? I forgot. I'm kidding. This is this is 10% by the way. I changed it to 1% because I just wanted to fit in. My OCD was kicking in. Two-handed weapon expertise. This passive ability has been renamed to Reveler. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now increases the duration of any consumed drink by 15 minutes. That's nice. That's actually pretty useful. Robust. 15 minutes is really nice because those like 1 hour drinks will now last an hour 50 minutes. That's gonna save you some time and money. Robust. This passability has been renamed to Stalwart. It now increases your health recovery by 6, 13, 20%, down from 10, 20, 30, and your maximum stamina. So your Nords are getting a maximum stamina boost. That's really nice. Orc skills. We went through this. Okay, the inspiration gains is actually 10%. I changed it to 1% because I wanted it to fit in with everything else, but it's actually 10. Okay, don't look at this. It's actually 10. I just changed it to 1%. I'm running my own patch notes for this. Robust. This passive ability is renamed to Unflinching. It now increases your health recovery by 6, 13, 20, down from 10, 20, 30, and your healing received by 1, 3, 5%. That's pretty cool. That's actually really good. 5% extra healing. Redguard skills. This passive ability has been renamed to Wayfarer. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now increases the duration of any consumed food by 15 minutes. Nice. Wood Elf skills. Archery expertise. What's going on? Okay. This possibility has been renamed to Acrobat. Also, in addition to the current benefit, it now reduces your fall damage by 10%. What? That is crazy. Not really, but what? I gotta run Wood Elf so I can, like, fucking do some parkour off, like, buildings and stuff. Decreases your fall damage. Yo. That should have been given to the Khajiits because they're like cats, and you know cats can fall from really high distances and they'll be fine. It would have made more sense for them to receive this one, in my opinion. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, fall damage is kind of weird right now, anyways. Like I used to knock people off the top of certain outposts, like Sejanus, Nykel, or Bleakers. If you knock someone off of the top of the outpost, I used to knock them off and they would pretty much die. 95% of the time they would die. Nowadays, if you knock someone off the top of the outpost, they'll still have like 20, 30% of their health left, and it's kind of ruining my immersion. The ritual, last hand, fixed Situous passability would stop functioning after it was triggered. Okay. Alright, monster abilities, so we can skip through that. Alright. Item sets. Blessing of Potentates. Fixed an issue where this item set's ultimate cost reduction bonus was not multiplicative with other sources of ultimate cost reduction. Alright, cool. I might actually use this set for my Dragonite, so that's really cool. Coat of the Red Mountain. Significantly increases this item set's flame damage proc, but it can now only occur once every 2 seconds. I actually don't know what the set does, but whatever. Dark Stride. This item set now reduces the cost of sprint and crouch by 50%, up from 35%. Footman's Fortune. Reduce the amount of block mitigation provided for this item set to 8%, down from 12%. I don't know why they're like really eager to reduce block cost. I know Footman's going to be available in V16 now, so people potentially use it. This item set's bonus has been changed to grant minor mending. Okay, that's cool. I know Healer's Habit is a really good 4-piece. Like if you're thinking about fitting a 4-piece with jewelry, the Healer set is really nice because it gives you maximum magicka, spell damage, and magicka recovery. So it's just a really solid 4-piece set. If you go 5-piece, you'll just get extra healing. Minor mending. Minor mending, I believe, gives you 10% extra healing, or is that 15%? Either way, it's still going to be a pretty significant bonus. If you stack like Healer's Habit with Major Mending, you'll get some really nice heals coming out of that. Hide of the Werewolf updated this item set's 2, 3, and 4-piece bonuses to provide max health, max stamina, and weapon damage, respectively. rather than providing physical resistance, max health, and max stamina. Alright, yeah, that's a little more useful. Ice Furnace. Ice Furnace. This item sets flame damage, proc damage has been increased. It now hits all targets within an 8-meter radius. All targets? All targets? Does it? Or are there AoE caps that we're not talking about? Dun dun dun. Leeching Plate. Fix an issue where the heal from this item set's proc was double dipping in the critical strike chance modifier. Okay. Necropotence. This item set's max magic bonus has been changed to a flat value instead of a percentage. That's kind of a big nerf because I know this set was used by sorcerer builds, unless the flat value is high, but like if the flat value is like 4,000 or 3,000, it doesn't change much. Robes of Destruction Mastery. This item set's max magic bonus has been changed to a flat value instead of a percentage. Alright. Robes of the Necromancer. This item set no longer drops at endgame levels. What? This set will be adjusted and reintroduced in a later update. This item no longer drops at endgame levels. Champion 160. This set will be adjusted and reintroduced in a later update. Someone on my door? Saber's Hide. This item set now also increases your weapon damage while in werewolf form, in addition to reducing the werewolf transformation cost. Cool. That's nice. Silks of the Sun. I remember this set used to be really good for Magicka Dragon Knight DPS builds because it gave you maximum Magicka, spell damage, and something else, and increase your flame damage. This item set now increases your flame damage by a flat amount instead of a percentage. Okay. Well, I don't know what these flat amounts are. Hopefully these sets are actually in-game. I can look at them when I log into PTS. I don't want to go out and have to like find them. Storm Knight's Plate. Increase the proc chance on this item set to 10%, up from 5%, and significantly increases the proc shock damage. Also updated this item set 3 and 4-piece bonus to provide spell resistance and max health respectively, rather than providing spell damage for both. Alright. Cyrodiil's Grip. Clarified the tooltip for this item set's proc to say that it only functions when blocking an ability that deals flame, frost, shock, or magic damage. The proc can now only occur once every second. Cyrodiil could be a very useful set for Magicka Dragon Knights, but it's limited to what it's about. You know what it can do. Varen's Wall. Fix an issue where this item sets bonus damage to increase your next area of effect attack was only applying to one target instead of all targets. Alright. I think that about covers what I need to go over. Dragonstar Arena weapons. And this guy. Dragonstar Arena weapons are coming in V16, according to this. That's a huge change. I'll tell you this. Dragonstar Arena Sword and Dragonstar Arena Bow are a lot better, in my opinion, for PvP compared to the Maelstrom Sword and Maelstrom Bow. And for some builds, they're going to be required. Maelstrom Bow is insane. It is absolutely insane. It gives you like 400 extra weapon damage for targets that are affected by your poison injection. And poison injection is used by a lot of 2H and bow stamina builds. Heck, if I had a V14 Dragonstar Arena bow right now, a V14 one, not a V16, I mean like a 140 CP one, not a 160 CP one, I would use that bow right now if I had it. I don't have it. I'm gonna go out and try to get a 160 CP one when it comes out. So that's how strong it is. So I don't know. This is gonna affect balance here and there. It's gonna you know, they're gonna have to look at some things, but there's some things here and there. I know the Maelstrom Arena 2H is better than the Dragonstar Arena 2H and some other stuff. But guys, that is the review for the Update 11 PTS patch notes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It was about a 1 hour coverage of it. The last PTS, it was like 2 hours and a half. There were so many changes to go over. This one didn't have as many changes, but it's still going to change the game tremendously. So we're going to log into the PTS. I don't know if the PTS is live. But thank you guys so much for tuning into that. This is going to be posted onto YouTube. So if you miss my review, it's going to be posted onto YouTube either tonight or tomorrow. YouTube.com/CypherPK. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hello, you guys are from the future. And leave your comments down below if you guys have any questions regarding that. Check me out on CypherPK.com, and I'll see you guys soon.